Hey guys, how you doing? It's Gavin here from Fresh Personal Training, and I'm just making sure we are recording, which we are. Okay, awesome. So, what some of the biggest problems you get are, okay, and I've covered it basically around time blocking and stuff, is how to plan your week, all right? And I know from experience that unless I kind of plan what I'm going to be doing for the next week or couple of days, I find it really, or used to find it really, really difficult um, to add in workouts. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually a shift worker as well. I work early, late, and nights, and I get days off. Although my shift pattern is a 6 on 4 off type pattern, you might not work shifts at all. You may do a 9 to 5 or whatever else, but it's still going to give you a bit of an idea of how I structure my week to make sure that I'm able to work out, I'm able to prepare my meals. I still get rest time and family time, and obviously I run a small business at the same time as well. So you need to understand that you can fit all this stuff in. You just need to plan it. And if you start leading it or leaving it to chance, I guarantee that you're going to pretty much come up short. And so when I started doing this, I'm not massively organized, and it was something that I used to want to be, and I'm still learning every day. And until basically one day I decided, enough's enough. I need to get on top of this, because if I don't, the only person suffering is me. The only person that's still struggling with their weight, is struggling with fitness, struggling with energy levels is me. That's it. There's no other way behind it. Um, and once I did this, once I started to plan everything else, it was like, a massive weight off my shoulders. I knew where I was. I was making appointments with myself in order to exercise. End of the day, we're only talking 5 hours a week. It's tons of hours in a week. 4 or 5 hours a week is nothing. And if you can foresee and booking appointments as you would a doctor or a dentist, or an appointment with someone that's really important, do that with yourself. You owe that to yourself. Now, what happens over time is that because my schedule is very similar, as is yours, you're going to be able to not have to plan so much, because when you start doing this every day and practicing and practicing and practicing, all of a sudden, exercise is what you now do, and preparing your meals is now what you do. It's not an effort anymore. It becomes a habit. It becomes an ingrained kind of, just thing that you do now. And once it becomes that, it is so much easier to stick to long term. It's when you don't plan, don't schedule, is when you're going to start struggling. Anyway, if just quickly, a bit wobbly, just quickly, I really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel down below. It'd be really, really good. I try and put out some really useful information. And this information, is based on my experiences with myself and my clients and my struggles and everything else. And if you want to hear more, it'd be really, really cool if you could subscribe, and so you don't miss anything, pretty much. Anyway, hey, there's a little pointer. So next one. I'll move my little screen out of the way so you can see what's going on, all right? So in the day, as I just spoke about, there's 7 days in a week, all right? And don't think that you have to work out weekdays. You can allocate time on the weekend to do this. It's just how you structure your week. And if end of the day, in the week is busy and you can't get 4 workouts, do 2 on a weekend. It works really well. Just because it's a weekend doesn't mean you shouldn't exercise. Get out of your mind that weekends are for resting. Weekends are not for resting. Weekends are recovering from your work week and doing things that's going to revitalize you. And exercise is one of those things. And if you can fit healthy exercise in on a weekend with your family, with your partner, on your own even, you're going to find that, your whole life will kind of change. And, it sounds a bit profound to say that, but it actually does. The more exercise you do, the more your body craves. And the more you, plan and prepare, the better it is. I'm not going to harp on about it too much. So, first of all, get a bit of paper, okay? Write down, or calendar, however you're going to do it, and just map out your week, Monday to Sunday. And then over the course of that week, try and find 5 times, okay? 5 places that you can spend exercising for 30 to 40 minutes. If you can't spend that long, 20 minutes, is going to be a minimum, I would say, 5 times a week. And you can build on that. And what's going to happen is when you start doing 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes is nothing. 40 minutes is nothing extra, okay? And it's really, 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 really easy to add extra few minutes in. And then I put 3 places. I had 3 places you can prepare meals, and the reason I've said that is because if you're like me, I kind of like my meals to be kind of fresh. I don't really want to have stuff sitting in the fridge for 4 days at a time. So I tend to. I'll explain in a minute how I do it, but I tend to have 3 places, 3 times a week where I'll prepare some food for the next day or the day after, and that works for me. Yeah, and equally, you can spend 1 day a week and freezing this stuff and bring it out as you need it. Okay. But anyway, we'll go through it now. So my week, like I said, I'm a shift worker. Okay, just because I'm a shift worker doesn't mean this isn't going to apply to you. This is just how I do it. And there's millions and millions of different variations of this. But obviously, we're just going to go through this one. Week 1, exercise time is based on my 6 on 4 off. Now, I'm a big believer in finding a routine within a routine. So, like, I do 2 early, 2 late, 2 nights, and I have 4 days off ish. So each day then has its own routine. So an early shift has a routine. My late shift has a routine. My nights has a routine, and my rest days have a routine. And you need to find that within yourself. And if you work a 9 to 5, it's dead easy. It just becomes the one routine. But I've had to find out ways to work it out. So I always work out before work because I find that's the best time I can do it. It's a place that least disrupts my day. So obviously I've got a little boy. I want to spend some time with him. If I'm working for argument's sake at 7 till 5, which I do sometimes, I don't want to be then going to the gym at 5:30 and he goes to bed at 6:30 and then missing out and seeing him. So what I do is I sacrifice a little bit of time in the evening. I go to bed and I go to bed earlier, but I get up earlier to go to the gym. That means that I can get up in the morning, don't disturb anybody. I go to the gym, do my thing. I'm home in time for his dinner and his bedtime, which is where I want to be. This all needs to be balanced. Okay. Then on my late shifts, again, always before work, so I'll tend to have a little bit of a lie-in. He may go to school. I may take him to school, come back, do some, might have some clients, and then I train before work. So I train at midday. Work for 2, train till 1, go to work, have a shower, everything else, go to work. Night shift exactly the same. So as you can see, on the Friday, this is a typical week. I train at 7. I start work at 9. Gives me an hour, an hour before, 2 hours before work, and I get it all in. Then I got rest days, and that works really well for me. And I've just make sure I plot that out. I go down to my week 2. So like this is, I go through the whole entire cycle for you to see what I do. Then you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've got my days off this week, and I'll train in the morning. So it doesn't really necessarily be a rigid time. I'll just train in the morning at some point, and that's around clients, that's around drop off and everything else. Then Thursday I'm back to early shift again, and again 4:30 again, 4:30, and then the weekend I'm on late shift, which means I start work at 2 o'clock or sometimes 4 o'clock, and I'll have a rest day because I can spend the mornings with my family, play with my little boy, spend some time with my wife. Doesn't really impact on anything, and get some family time in because obviously I work in different shifts. But it doesn't matter, over that course of the week I've still got in 5 times. Okay. And then week 3, so like I put a little note, the option 3, I have a rest day after the last night. So like today now, I was night shift last night, and I got out, so I've only had 5 hours sleep. I don't want to train today just because I'm a little bit tired, and the trade-off for me of working out when I'm tired would make me even more tired, and I need to recover from my night shifts because if you work in shifts, it can sometimes get quite hard to recover from. So Monday, Tuesday nights training. Obviously, would have had a rest day on the weekend, or they would have been my lates and 2 rest days from training. Then I'm back in 7 o'clock in the gym, 7 o'clock in the gym, and then my Wednesday becomes a rest day because on that night shift I'm finishing at 7 a.m. Not going to train that day, so now this afternoon I'm going to pick up my little boy from school. Pretty cool. Spend the afternoon with him, take him swimming. It's awesome. And then tomorrow I'll train. Friday I'll train. Saturday I'll train. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then because I'll train Saturday morning. Get up nice and early and I'll go. And it'll work out really, really well. So, or I might not, or I might decide that Saturday I'm going to take another rest day, which means I've only trained 3 days, and I'll train on the Mondays. I'm training on the Sunday itself because it's an early shift. I can go in at 4:30. Dead easy, right? So it's just how this works for you. But this is what I recommend you guys do as well, and you'll find that you find some cool spaces. Week 4. Not going to harp on too much. Again, the same cycle, train before work, dead easy. Okay, So my food preparation, okay. So I'm not one of these people that takes these plastic Tupperware boxes in, like like bodybuilders and stuff do. But I do prepare my meals for the day because I find it really important. And that if I've got food with me, I'm less inclined to actually go out and buy junk, because that is the only reason. Because I know that that's what I used to do, and I need to come up with a plan that fits in with my goals, fits in with my idea. And if I take my own food into work, with some snacks and some meals, I'm less likely to pick. I'm less likely to go off the wagon and buy stuff I don't need. Also, I save a bit of money as well, which is good. So I usually prepare 3 to 4 meals and snacks that I can eat on the go without the need to go to a drive-through or supermarket. So on early shift, I'm gonna work this through. Most of my meals are similar, okay, because I find that once you get into a bit of a groove and a bit of a routine with this, you actually prepare the same kinds of meals over and over, and it works really, really well. So I take 4 meals to work. On a 10-hour shift, I take about 4 meals into work. I'll show what those are in a second. And the other 2 meals are usually eaten at home. So let's just say an early shift, I'll eat my breakfast, morning snack, lunch, afternoon snack in work, and then I come home and have dinner. Um, and it just works really, really well for me. So as I said, and what I'll do is the day before the 2 early shifts start, and this could just be like on my day off, and this could easily be a Sunday for you. I'll prepare both meals for Monday and Tuesday for the first 2 shifts, because the last thing I want to do when I come in at 6 o'clock in the evening or 5 o'clock in the evening, when I want to spend time with my family, is to then start cooking for the next couple of days or the day after. So I do it, cook double the amount on the first day, lasts me for 2 days, really, really easy. All right, late shift. So when I went for a late shift, a little bit different. Again, routine within routine. Um, they're all very similar. Take those meals. So I'll make it in the morning because I got a bit of spare time, not rushing around. I'll make the meals fresh in the morning for the next 2 shifts. But I can make them for nights as well if I want to. I just don't feel I need to at this point. And the meals I take to work from this day are lunch, afternoon snack, dinner, evening snack. Finish work any time between 10 and 2 in the morning, and I'll just adjust it for what it is that day, and all based on my wake up times and bedtimes, things like that. Light shift again, a little bit different, but when I wake up after the late shift, really good breakfast, lasts me till I go back to bed. Then I wake up, have breakfast again. This is the first night shift because obviously I need to have a rest in the middle. Then I'll have breakfast again, just because I like to wake up and have breakfast, and then once I start, that's my day. Um, and it just depends, there's no hard and fast rule. It's just that I'm making sure I get my good meals in, and then I treat my night shift as a normal day, which means that um, when I track on my fitness pal, the first meal becomes breakfast, then snack, and lunch, and afternoon snack, and it makes it easy. So this is what it kind of looks like on a thing, if you like. So morning snack is at 9:30 in the evening. Bear in mind when you're up a few hours. Then my lunch is at 1 a.m. Afternoon snack 4 a.m. Then snack occasionally 7:30 when again if I'm hungry. Sometimes I'm not. And the second night shift is the same. I just wake up at between 2 and 4 and start with breakfast and carry on. So that is pretty much it. Okay, that's how I plan my week, and that's what I want you to do as well. I'm going to go back up before I get into that one. So you really need to plan this out, and mine this week looks pretty complicated looking through it now, but yours isn't going to be anything like that if you're a normal 9 to 5. Okay. Equally, you could find time in your lunch break to do some workout, or go to bed a little bit earlier, get up a little bit earlier, and spend it in the morning before you go to work. There's lots and lots of options, but you need to come up with a solution. I can give you some great ideas, but you need to come up with a solution yourself, and that's what it's all about. You just got to find something that fits in with your life. And I did an exercise with a client the other day who was adamant she had no time at all to do anything. And when we sat down and mapped it out just like this, she found out, and I'm not joking, she had 47 hours of spare time per week that she could work out in. But because she hadn't actually sat down and worked it out, she just thought she was busy. And in her mind, she was busy going shopping, busy helping her husband, busy doing this, busy doing that. But she never actually sat down for 5 minutes to plan in a workout. And I said to her, well, hang on, you've made an appointment to come and see me today. You can't be that busy. Do the same for yourself. Make an appointment with yourself. And once you start doing that and own your fitness, own your nutrition, everything else gets a lot easier for you, right? So a little bit of an insight into me. Anyway, the next thing I'm going to talk about is, before you go, subscribe to my channel. Like I said, hopefully you found this useful. And if I'd really appreciate some feedback about it. If you have any questions, let me know. Post them in the comments below, and I will certainly do my best to answer them and move this down here. So before you go, I've created a workout builder, and one of the biggest things that people say to me is, have you got a training, or can you write me a training plan? I've done something a little bit better, and I've created a workout builder for you. Basically, it's a structure. It's the way I structure my workouts, and how a lot of personal trainers and fitness professionals do. It is a kind of a structure that is good for muscle gaining, fat burning, everything else. And lots of people overlook a structure. So this is what this does. It gives you provide you with a structure with a variation of different exercises, and you can basically make or build hundreds of different workouts in about 60 seconds. It's really, really easy. It's on one PDF. It's not going to take tons of time to work out. And all the videos I've got are on my YouTube channel as well. So if you're not sure what an exercise is, by looking at it, you can actually go into my channel and find the exercise. There's nothing on there that isn't on my site. And you can download it for free. And all you're going to need to do is pop your email address in. I'm not going to spam you with trying to sell you loads of stuff. It really isn't like that. It's just literally, to keep in touch with you, give you some free cool stuff for you to improve your fitness and anything else. And I know you're not going to be disappointed. So download my workout builder. I'm going to put the web address in the comments below. Okay, so you can't actually click on this to do it. And download it for free. It's all yours. Like I said, guys, start afresh in the day. If you don't make a change today, how will tomorrow be any different? Cheers, guys.